In this video, I'm going to go through the 10 best weapons since the North Sea Turning Tides update. This is of course the TTK 2.0 change that had a big impact on the way the guns felt and played. I've made videos on this patch in the past with an in general overview telling you what to expect with the classes, but this one's going to go into some more detail with individual picks that I think you should be placing in your loadout. Now of course, I've made a top 10, this isn't in order. You can pick which ones you like the most and have your personal preference, as always is the case, but in this one I really would say that I'm showcasing 10 guns that benefited hugely from the patch, and all of them should be on your radar when picking your next loadout. I also won't be including snipers as only a few were changed and it really depends on what role you are taking. However, it's worth noting that the M1903 experimental did take a big buff in the patch and definitely should be something that you take a look at if you're looking to run as an aggressive sniper. I also thought it was worth mentioning that videos haven't been going out to sub boxes as usual with YouTube, so if you click that notification bell down below, you can make sure you get notified if you are interested in catching my latest uploads. So starting off at number 10, we have the Cei-Rigotti. This is a weapon that I barely used before the patch, but have since played it a fair bit and the results are good. I quite enjoy taking enemy players out with a 3-shot kill up to 54 meters and then a 4-shot kill from there. I'm a big fan of the Farquhar-Hill, but this weapon has really taken its place if I feel my aim is on point. The only thing letting it down is that 10 round magazine and the long reload when the magazine still has rounds left in it, and I feel as if a better choice could be the RSC as it only has 4 less bullets, and with the RSC I'm getting a 2-shot kill instead of a 3-shot kill at ranges up to 70 meters. The Cei-Rigotti does have a far faster fire rate though when compared to the RSC, with a 299 RPM and less recoil overall. This is a positive for the Cei-Rigotti, and you will find at that medium range, if you're running with the optical, that it's a nice weapon to use all round. It's fairly easy, and the hip firing is decent too. The only thing I would say is that it's maybe not the best medic gun for everybody, it's quite an individual taste. And I did enjoy it, certainly not my favourite in class, but it has benefited a lot from the update. Next up we have an assault class weapon, the Ribeyrolles. A decent alternative to the Hellriegel if you are looking for a weapon that can take more than a few players out in one magazine, and be decent at close to mid-range. In all honesty, the Hellriegel is still a really good weapon since the patch, and it did take some buffs. Surprising as it may seem, I am not going to include it in this list however, due to it being completely overused and actually quite irritating. From what I've heard on console, the Hellriegel plague is even more rampant than ever, and it's a shame that DICE didn't make significant changes to make the Hellriegel a gun that you didn't really want to take, and maybe make something else take the limelight. I think they're doing that with the SMG 08/18. However, I'm not sure if those changes have yet made it to the main game. I haven't included the SMG 0818 in this list, however it's something that you definitely should be taking a look at in the future. That being said, the Ribeyrolles is a great gun, as you can see from the gameplay in the background. You also have the added benefit of a bipod, which turns the gun into a laser at those slightly longer ranges, very easy to control, and a weapon that I think the console crowd would take a liking to fairly quickly. At number 8 we have the Parabellum MG14. People have been saying that weapons such as the Huot are really good since the patch if you're looking for a weapon in the support class, and although that might be true, the Parabellum is still one of the best in class in my opinion. How can you look past this Automatico crushing laser cannon, 700 RPM, 100 rounds and a 28 maximum damage? You will be melting enemies like they aren't even there, assuming you can control the monstrous recoil. It's a 4-bullet kill up to 12 meters, meaning at close range you will be killing enemies in around 259 milliseconds. To put that in comparison, the Automatico can currently kill an enemy at close range in 272 milliseconds. That makes the Parabellum faster at killing at those close ranges, which is absolutely insane. Maybe it's not as easy to control and there's lots of other factors to take into account, but what it does tell me is that the Parabellum with 100 rounds can do a whole load of damage at close range if you're hip firing, even if you're ADSing. Now from the gameplay in the background you can see I'm using the suppressive variant, and that is because the other gun I haven't actually unlocked yet because you have to use the mortar to do so. Now I have used it and I'm a big fan of the low weight variant. However, Even with the suppressive variant, and bear in mind that the scoped LMGs have taken a nerf when it comes to ADSing, which makes them far more difficult to use, it's still a beast, and you can see I'm wrecking people. I was playing Achibaba and I had a 10 KD for most of the round. And I wasn't playing particularly well, it's just the gun is that good. It beats everything in a 1v1. Now let's take a look at the Chauchat. This is a gun that I've been starting to use a lot lately. It's great fun with that big 38 maximum damage output and can really smash enemies even with the fairly slow rate of fire of 359 rounds per minute. The low weight is my variant of choice with significantly faster recoil decrease than the telescopic and an overall better hipfire experience. This means you can get into the action and don't have to sit on a hill and bipod, something that I really don't enjoy doing in BF1. That being said, the gameplay in the background is with the telescopic and you can see that it certainly is still a good gun. Let me know in the comments if you've used the Chauchat. I've heard some positive things about it since the patch. Maybe it's a weapon that people are going to be moving to instead of weapons like the BAR that were definite favourites before the update. At number 6 we've got a medic weapon, the M1907 SL Factory or Trench. This weapon is a real beast at close range and will certainly give you an advantage as an aggressive medic player. A 3-bullet kill of up to 25 meters and a fairly easy weapon to control in general, the M1907 was a player favourite before the patch. Since things have been changed up, this weapon is even better and is a gun that I really suggest that you use if you're looking for close range aggressive medic plays. That 3-bullet kill is insanely powerful, and although the rate of fire isn't as fast as the 8.25, it's still a great gun, and overall you will be really in love with it if you can hit your shots. That being said, most guns are good if you can hit your shots, but this one will really reward you, especially with a generous magazine size and of course a decent damage output at those close to medium ranges. At number 5 we have the Madsen Storm. This gun packs a punch. 540 rounds per minute, a 30 round magazine, a 4-shot kill of up to 12 meters and a 5-shot kill after that makes this weapon worth taking. If you're wondering whether to take the Trench or the Storm, here is a quick breakdown of the differences between the two. The Storm benefits from slightly less vertical and horizontal recoil and is better for hip firing in terms of spread. The Trench has slightly less spread when hip firing and not moving, and far less spread when hip firing and moving. I would say the Storm is a good weapon for all-round play, but the Trench trumps it when you want to hip fire more often. And if you're taking the Madsen, maybe you are looking for those close range hip fire plays. If you are going longer range, there are some other weapons in the support class that do that better. At number 4 we're back to the medic class with the Farquhar-Hill Optical. This weapon has been a favourite of mine from the very day it came out, and after the patch it has become even better. It wasn't really in need of a buff, but that being said, it had to keep up with all the other weapons and therefore it received some slight updates. This weapon is a beast and its main trick is the ease of use. You don't have to be a god to use this weapon, unlike other guns such as the autoloading 8.35 and RSC. 42 damage up to 46 meters and 30 damage after 59 meters means you will be 3-shotting enemies up to a 50 meter range and then only having to hit an extra bullet after that. I prefer the optical due to my own playstyle, however the Storm can still be effective. Most people will compare this weapon to the Cei-Rigotti optical, a weapon that I also like and have mentioned in this list. The Farquhar-Hill has more damage both in terms of max and min, double the magazine size and less horizontal recoil. The Cei-Rigotti has a slightly higher fire rate, less vertical recoil and less spread when aiming down sights and moving. The Cei-Rigotti is also better at hip firing. That being said, I feel these two guns are down to personal preference. If you are a good player, you will do well with both of them. If you are an average player, I'm pretty certain that the Farquhar-Hill will be better due to the magazine size. And if you're a terrible player, as some people are, there's nothing wrong with that, I think the Farquhar-Hill would definitely be the better choice, down to the fact that you have that larger magazine size and ease of use. At number 3, we have the MP18. Finally, this weapon is at a point where I can justify taking it because it's good. Before the patch, I only took the MP18 because I didn't want to run with the Hellriegel anymore, but now it is actually a decent choice. I run with the trench variant, and when you compare it to the infamous Hellriegel, you can see why people are starting to use it again. The Hellriegel has a faster fire rate at 650 rounds per minute compared to the 550 rounds per minute of the MP18, and of course a magazine that is twice the size. However, the MP18 excels in other areas. With a higher max damage, faster reload, lower recoil and significantly less spread, the MP18 is great for those close range engagements, and it makes it a very rewarding weapon if you hit your shots. It also has a 4-bullet kill up to 12 meters, meaning you can take on most players at that close range. Before I mentioned that the Hellriegel has a magazine twice the size, but let's be honest, the Hellriegel's magazine is a little big. You're often overheating the gun if you're mag dumping, and to be honest, whoever runs out of rounds in the Hellriegel unless you're on a back range and goes, I wish it had more. Around 30 rounds in the MP18 is plenty. You won't really be running out of rounds and having to switch to your secondary that much. It's not like running with the medic guns where you have 6 rounds in an RSC and you're often relying on your secondary. The MP18 is a good all-round machine gun. A weird choice here at number 2, and remember I'm not doing this in rank order, so just because it's number 2 doesn't mean it's my second favourite weapon in the game. That isn't how we're doing things here. I'm going to give the Huot a shout out. Although weapons like the Lewis gun have a higher fire rate and may have a larger magazine, the Huot has recoil that is incredibly easy to control, a 4-bullet kill of up to 12 meters and a 5-bullet kill after that. It is a very effective weapon to take down players at medium to long range, incredibly satisfying to use, and I was overall pleasantly surprised when trying it again after the patch. Definitely worth a test. Let me know in the comments if you use the Huot. I see a lot of love for it on other videos I've made talking about the support class. It's a gun that I think people are going to really enjoy. At number 1, of course, there could only be one gun left that I haven't mentioned. That is the RSC. I just can't get enough of the 2-shot capability of this weapon, and trust me, if you balance a decent playstyle with good aim, you'll be nearly unstoppable. Before the patch, it was a good gun. Good players could use it and do very, very well. But now, since everything has been improved, including the ease of use, including the damage it will do at ranges, it's just been turned into something a whole lot better. Now, I wouldn't call it a god gun, as you do get punished for missing shots, but overall, it is a killing machine. And when people used to say the 8.35 was the best gun in class, I think the RSC has really taken that position on the top of the podium. Certainly a gun that is unrelenting and requires very good aim and positioning, but one that will really reward you in the long term. So let me know in the comments if you agree with this list. Of course, it's fine if you don't. I tried to do a bit of research myself and played with all the weapons for a fair bit of time. These 10 weapons are ones that I will be sticking to for the next few months, for sure, unless they patch it. I'm sure DICE will bring out a couple of little tweaks, maybe to the RSC and, as I said, the SMG 0818. But overall, I'm very impressed with what I've seen so far. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video.